friends, welcome back to my channel. So today we are sitting down and we are doing a full face of all drugstore makeup, affordable drugstore makeup. I tried really hard to make sure I picked brands and products that you can get at like Target and Walmart and other drugstores, not like ColourPop or anything like that. All brands that you can just walk to a brick and mortar store and pick up for yourselves in case you want to recreate this look or just try any of these products for yourself. Before we get started, don't forget I upload every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday for you guys. If you like this video while you're watching it, please go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. It really does help me out. And other than that, if you're excited and you want to see how I got this look right here using all affordable drugstore products, then let's go ahead and get started. So as per usual, we're going to go ahead and start with my eyes. And for my eyes, I went ahead and picked this Pixi by Petra palette. It is her Eye Reflection Shadow Palette, and this is in the shade Natural Beauty. This is like one of my favorite palettes in general, not even just drugstore, just palettes. I love this palette so much. The reason why I like it so much is because these shades, while they look kind of like dark in the pan, on the eyes, they don't really get too dark or too intense, which I personally like because I'm someone who tends to go overboard with my eyeshadows and want my eyes to look like nice and natural and soft, and the next thing I know it's really deep and dark and sultry, and I didn't intend for it to be like that. So that's why I like, you can't really build these up too much. Some people might not like that about this palette, but I personally think it's a perk. The first shadows we're going to start off with are these two right here. I'm just going to mix them together, and I think these are Rose Clay and Soft Brown. I'm pretty sure. It's kind of hard. I always get confused when I like have to turn it over, and we're just gonna mix these and put them into our crease as a transition shade. And next, to like darken and deepen the outer corner in the crease a little bit, we're gonna mix together these two shades, which I believe are Deep Taupe and Chocolate Brown. So this is actually the second time I'm filming this video. I filmed it over the weekend and I like filmed it, did the thumbnail, edited it, uploaded it to YouTube. I did all the things, right? And then I just realized I didn't like it. I was pretty low energy in the video, and honestly, I just like wasn't feeling it this past weekend. I don't know what was wrong with me. I was just in a rut, I think. Just in a little bit of a funk, and I kind of forced myself to film anyways. I knew I didn't really feel like filming, but I get in these mindsets where I'm like, Emily, you're a full-time teacher, you have to teach this week, so if you don't film on the weekend, then you'll have no videos to put up. So I kind of got in the mindset of like, well, suck it up, Buttercup, you have to film, you know what I mean, if you want to put videos out this week. And I just like was not feeling it. I don't know what, I was just, like I said, in a funk this weekend. I just didn't feel myself, I didn't feel good. I don't know what was going on. I don't know if it's because I'm just like exhausted and it's like the end of the school year and I'm just like slowly inching and crawling my way to summer break. I think that's probably it. So I filmed anyways, and like I said, edited it and all of the above, and I just was really low energy and just was not feeling it. So I told Mike, I was like, listen, I'm gonna refilm that Get Ready With Me. I used all the same products. I'm gonna do the same exact look as before, all of the above. If I'm not fully happy with a video, I don't wanna, you know, put it out just to put it out. You know what I mean? I don't wanna just put a video out just to have a video out. I wanna make sure I'm making quality content for you guys, not just quantity. So I am refilming it on a Tuesday evening after work, but that's okay. I feel good. I feel like I'll probably like this one better. I can already tell I'm a little more high energy than the first time around. Okay, to finish up the eyes, I'm gonna take my glitter primer like I always do, and I'm gonna use this middle shade right here. It is one of my favorite shades from this palette. It is called Metal Mauve. Let me do a swatch for you. Let me just do a swatch. Oh my goodness, it was a little crumbly, but that's okay. Look at that. Look how just reflective and pretty that is. Pixi shimmers are like up there with like my favorite shimmer formula ever. Like I feel like they're almost just as good as like ABH, Natasha Denona, high-end brands that cost a lot more money than Pixi does. This is pretty much my go-to look with this palette. I've made this look a million times. Do I think you necessarily like need this specific Pixi palette to create this look? No, I feel like I could definitely get something very similar to this with my Natasha Denona Glam palette or the ColourPop That's Taupe palette. Even like a little warmer of a version I could probably get with ColourPop Going Coconuts. I always say ColourPops. ColourPop Going Coconuts. So you don't need this palette if you don't have it, but I'm telling you, I just love this palette so much. And Pixi shadows are really good. So if you haven't tried them, don't be sleeping on them. Don't you be sleeping on them now. But that's where we're gonna keep our eyes. We're gonna move on to the face. I'm a little bummed because in the first take of this video, my first go around filming it, I tried this primer out for the very first time. So you're not gonna get to see like my first impressions reaction to trying it out, but I'm gonna do my best to like reenact it for you. This is the Catrice Prime and Fine Aqua Fresh Hydro Primer. So I needed a new hydrating primer, and I said in my Sephora wishlist video that I was going to try out either the Fenty Beauty hydrating primer or the Laura Mercier one, and someone told me to get this instead, that it's like a really, not that it's like a dupe for those, but that it's a really good hydrating primer. And Catrice is like super affordable. I think this is like $6 or something. So I tried it out, and spoiler alert, even though I'm about to reenact my first impressions, I really like this. It's like a really like nice jelly formula, and it goes onto your skin so nicely and just blends in, and is really hydrating. And it didn't make my skin oily or anything by the end of the day the first time I tried it out over the weekend. It's like a jelly, lotiony sort of feeling, and it feels almost like cooling on the face. Like it feels very nice and refreshing on your face. And I just really enjoyed this. I can definitely see this becoming a new favorite for sure. It's a good one. And not only did I like want to try this out for this first time, but also the foundation I chose is a very matte foundation, and it is the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Full Coverage Foundation. I have the shade F1, but I will say these paired so nicely together the other day, so I'm assuming they're gonna pair just as nicely together this time around. This foundation I have to be really careful with because it can be really matte and really drying on my skin. And also it dries very quickly. So if you have it, definitely try to go in sections on your face and don't just like stripe it all over the face and then expect to be able to blend it out. At least on me, it dries very quickly. I will say though, when I was trying to go through my collection and pick out drugstore products, I do not have as many drugstore products as I thought I did and as I anticipating myself having. And I don't know why, because I really do love drugstore makeup, but I don't know. I feel like I always think I have more than I actually have. And then when I'm going through my makeup to like look for drugstore products to use in a drugstore get ready with me, because I've done 2 other ones on my channel in the past, I like don't have as much as I think. So if you can drop your favorite drugstore products down below, that would be really great. Really any products like primers, foundation, concealers, powders. I have like at least one thing per category. Do I need more than that? No. However, I love makeup and I love trying makeup, and I definitely want, oh, I got foundation in my hair. I definitely want to have like more drugstore options for you guys for when I am doing get ready with me's and that kind of stuff. So if you could drop your recommendations, your favorites down below, please do so, because that would be very helpful to me. Being fully honest with you guys, I don't think these two are pairing together as nicely as I did the other day, but I do think the fact that I didn't do my full skincare routine had like a contributing factor to it. I came home from work and took my makeup off and just reapplied moisturizer and a little bit of sunscreen, so I don't have like my whole shebang on like I normally would under makeup, if that makes sense. And it's not looking too bad. It's just a little slightly drier than it did look the other day. For concealer though, I have the CoverGirl True Blend Undercover Concealer. I have the shade L100 Fair Porcelain. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I don't love this concealer. I don't. One, I think I got it in a little too light of a shade, which was definitely my fault, not the concealer's fault. But also, I feel like it's just kind of drying on my under eyes, which really stinks. Because I know a lot of people love this concealer and a lot of people recommend it and use it and love it. But I don't know, I just cannot get it to seem to work very well for me for some reason. Yeah, I don't know if you can tell, I just feel like it looks really dry like on my under eyes, and also, I don't know, I don't think it has like that great of coverage. So, I don't know, I'll probably eventually declutter this and either give it to a friend or my sister or something, but I'm gonna try to get a few more uses out of it before that. For setting powder, another one that's like not a fave. I don't know, I really do love drugstore makeup, and a lot of my like holy grail favorite products ever are from the drugstore, but some of them are duds, I'm not gonna lie. And this is another one that a lot of people love and I just cannot seem to get on board with, and it's the e.l.f. Halo Glow Setting Powder. I don't know, I just feel like for it saying it's a Halo Glow setting powder, it's pretty matte on my skin, and I don't know, it's not a favorite. I'll use it up, I just don't think I would ever repurchase it. I will say a perk to this is it's not super drying, which a lot of powders can be drying on my skin, so the fact that it's not is nice. I feel like it could look better. Now for bronzer, I have my Maybelline City Bronzer. I went through one complete one that looks like this, and it's very hard to get any product out of it, so I just use it to contour my nose, and I went ahead and picked up another full-size, complete, brand new one recently from Ulta, and guys, it's good. I used up one complete one for a reason. I was nervous. Another thing in my first time filming this, I was nervous to try this again because I hadn't tried it in like months on my cheeks because so little product was in this one. And I was nervous to try it again and afraid that it wasn't going to look as good on my skin as I remember, but it does. I started applying it over the weekend and I was like, yep, I remember. I remember why I loved you so much and why I went through one whole one, because it's a good bronzer. And it's only $9.99. So pretty affordable in my eyes. And then I take the one that has like nothing left in it and use it to contour my nose because I don't want to waste it. Then for blush, I went ahead and pulled my e.l.f. Primer Infused Blush in the shade Always Cheeky. It's just a perfect, beautiful pink blush that goes with every look. And as you can tell, this one is very well loved. The formula is crazy powdery, like crazy. I don't even know if you can tell. It just is fluffing up everywhere and it's very, very powdery. But because it's primer infused, I feel like it really does last a really long time on my skin throughout the day. I have 2 shades of these primer infused blushes and they are both just like 2 of my favorite blushes ever. I love them. Then for highlight, I'm going to use my Wet n Wild Mega Glow highlighting powder in the shade Blossom Glow. I have pan in this too. It is just such a good highlight. Look at that. Oh yeah. And these are only a couple dollars and they're on sale all of the time. Off camera, I just went ahead and finished up my lower lash line. I mixed together those 2 light browns we used at the very beginning, and then I put my highlight on my inner corner. For brows, I'm going to use my Milani Weekend Brow. I know you guys have seen me use this a million times, but it's just a good one. And it's like my only drugstore brow product. So, not that there's not a million good brow products from the drugstore, I just don't really own a lot of them. I know the NYX like fluffy one that's a pen just like this, I don't know exactly what it's called. It's getting a lot of attention right now, but this Milani one is, I mean, I haven't tried the NYX one, but the Milani one is so good too. And I think they're around the same price. So if you want to try the NYX one and you can't get your hands on it or something. Then to fill it in, I'm going to use my Makeup Revolution. I think this is like their high brow gel. It's in the shade Medium Brow. I don't love this brow gel. I don't. It's very pigmented, so I have to like wipe off a lot of it to not make my brows like too intense. But I do like the tone of it because it's a little warmer. And I've said this before, but I feel like my eyebrows are more cool toned than my actual hair. So it's nice to make them match a little bit better. It just kind of like gets everywhere. Like, oh man, see? Oh no. I think I'm just hanging at home with my husband and my cat after this. Oh no. Yeah, I feel like every time I use this brow gel, it just gets so intense so quickly, and I don't know, it just gets so out of hand. And I'm just like sitting there innocently doing my brows. The next thing I know, I got these bushes. And I'm like, what happened? So I'm gonna link this down below because I always link like my makeup that I use, but I don't recommend. Then for mascara, I'm gonna use the Essence, the False Lashes Mascara. This is their Extreme Volume and Curl. It's not very good at holding a curl. I feel like this video is like a talk crap about drugstore products. This is why I need your recommendations below. I need to try new things that I love because some of these products I just kind of struggle with a little bit. Ow, I just poked my eye. Ow. I mean, I don't think this is like the worst mascara ever, but I don't know. I feel like it doesn't do that great of a job holding my curl, which it says Extreme Volume and Curl. Curl is right on this. Like, you should hold a curl, you know? Then for lips, I'm going to use my Flower Beauty. This is their matte lipstick, and this is in the shade Naked Blush. It's a very pretty, just peachy, pinky shade. And then on top, I'm going to go ahead and use the Maybelline Lifter Gloss. This is in the shade Stone, just to like cool it, make it, what am I trying to say? I was about to say cool it off, to make it a little bit more cool tone to match the eyes just a little bit better because they're pretty cool. I feel like I don't reach for these glosses very often, but I should. They are very pretty, and I feel like they make my lips just look very like plump and full and just pretty. So I have this one and another shade. I can't remember, but I need to reach for these more often. Then lastly, for setting spray, I have the Catrice Long Lasting Prime and Fine Multi-Talent Fixing Spray. This makes my face look very dewy. So if you're not into like a dewy look, I would maybe stay away from this, but I like it. And that was it, you guys. That was my full face of all drugstore makeup. Get ready with me. I hope you enjoyed watching this. Why you did. I am so glad I refilmed this. I can just tell that I'm in a way better mood, way better headspace, and this is going to be a way better video for me to put out for you guys. Like I asked earlier in the video, please drop me down your suggestions of your favorite drugstore products so I can check them out and possibly try them out on a video for you guys. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much. You're awesome and I love you. Please subscribe if you have not yet, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye, guys.